All right, so it's May 1st, 9:01 a.m. Calling the meeting to order. We have Juan Luna here, Connie Redmond, myself, Hannah Smith, Bennett Johnson, Julie Colton, and Julie Cooper. And Jerry, thank you for being here. Public comment?
There is no one online or in the room.
All right. And has everybody been able to review the minutes from last time? All right.
Motion to approve minutes as submitted.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, let's get to it. Bennett, you want to start with the newspapers
Yeah,
and
so
e-newsletter?
our newspaper article that talked about the events got in the paper. And thank you, Connie, for letting me know, because I don't take the paper.
Mhm.
And so the one that we have for May is already, thank again to Connie and Hannah, is already halfway written. That's the one where we're having the kind of scavenger hunt for the murals. And so people are, the clues that they gave me, they went and looked at the murals and they fed me the information. And so it's really fun stuff like, what is the sign that Bigfoot is holding, say, and it
Mhm.
says shoplifters will be eaten. And so that kind
That
of
came
stuff.
from Mike's secondhand store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way we position, I never heard back anything from the park or not parks, the parks or the Arts Commission. And so we're just moving forward with it. And the way we have it is just, spend a day outside with family or friends. And yeah, so anyway,
Yeah, there's no prizes. It's just a
nope. yeah,
insert
just-
fun. If you
yeah,
want to do it, great.
Just do it for fun.
Yeah.
And then I'll just go ahead and do the e-newsletter. So that same content that I'm doing for the newspaper will be available for the newsletter and for one of the social media posts. And then in June, we'll go back to, which will be perfect timing. We'll go back to the events and really play up the 4th of July parade. And so I guess I can't say such and such business will be open at what time for lunch or any of that kind of stuff, but I can say things like, some of the businesses may be open extended hours and that sort of thing. So, all right, I think that's me. I'm done.
Yeah. And then for social media, we're just waiting on door hangers and the newspaper inserts. Do we have any update on those? Or have they been printed? No. Oh. Just to get a picture of those, and then we'll be posting about that on social media. Keep an eye out for these coming. And then perhaps a Memorial Day post coming up to see if the Veterans Memorial is doing anything, because I know that they're in the downtown district. So I'll get in contact with Rita over there. And that's about it. Maybe we're gonna do a vote on a 4th of July theme today, so maybe post about that. So yeah, we'll have a few more posts coming up. It's been a little lull, but it's okay.
Can I make a recommendation? Because we
Yes.
get a lot of calls for the 4th of July parade. So once the theme is picked, when it's up on the website, maybe make a post about that.
That we've chosen it.
That the form is ready for people to download
Oh.
from the website. Because
To-
we're getting calls. We've been getting calls since January.
To be a part of it.
Yes.
Oh,
uh-huh.
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They have a form that they have to fill out.
Right.
And that hasn't been available and will be after today, right?
Well-
After you pick the theme, right, Connie?
Once we get the theme,
Okay.
I'll redo the application and then you can post all of that on the city's website.
Perfect. I know.
I know.
Yeah.
And we do
Again.
have a grand marshal.
Awesome.
Yay. Is it the?
And I apologize for my my brain freeze at Monday's council meeting.
Oh, that's funny.
That seemed like it was 40 minutes long.
It
That
wasn't.
honestly seemed like it took me 40 minutes with help to get there. And yeah, that was embarrassing.
It was like 10 seconds.
Oh, free
It seemed
pass.
like 40 minutes.
Yeah, free pass.
Yeah. You're good. Okay. So, all right, projects, door hangers,
Yay,
anything on
they're
there?
here. They're over there in bags. I've got maps of areas that need to be covered. So whatever you want to do, grab, they're in packets of 100. Faraday Hill's already been taken care of, the upper part of Cascadia Ridge. Cascadia Ridge is the big one. But you just go out and go for a walk. The only thing I want to point out is when you do hang them on a door, make sure that the event dates are facing out, because that's what people see. When I was out doing these, I probably talked to about 4 or 5 people that were out doing stuff, and they were really happy to get, oh, wow, this is coming up.
Cool.
So as long as we get them out by mid-May, I think we'll be good. So if, pick a map, pick a streets. And if the street isn't on the map, then it's been taken care of. So don't worry about that.
Okay.
Good.
Cool. And then.
So after the meeting, I guess, meet me over there and we'll dish out door hangers.
Talk about those papers. Also, I can encourage the food trucks,
I will
can give
you
us some,
I will give
and
you
then we
some.
can put in the to-go bags and the to-go bags inside. I
Yeah.
can take a bunch with me and I can give
Yeah.
it to Pepe's, Bobo Lasti, all of us.
Yeah.
You guys okay with
That's
that?
great.
Yeah, I thought whatever
think
we
so.
have left over, after we get I'm sure we'll have stuff left over, but put it in businesses and also on the
Mhm.
food carts.
Absolutely.
Great.
So homes are first
Yeah.
and then
homes are first.
downtown. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm sure we'll have plenty.
Mhm.
Good. Thank you.
Great.
Yeah, great
Those can
idea.
go everywhere.
Yeah. And then newspaper inserts. Are these being printed?
So
Right.
we haven't actually started that yet, right?
Right.
So, Connie, I'm not exactly sure. Are you the person that's doing this or working with Marissa? Because all we're gonna do,
We just got to give her the information
right?
and she'll
yeah.
make it pretty and get the printing taken care of, get those to me, and then I'll get them to the newspaper.
Okay, so we need 2 things. One is the information that you already have
Mhm.
for the events.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, what do you have on the side of?
Well,
Nothing.
I think we were going to talk
Businesses.
about,
No, what do you have on the flip side of the door hangers?
List of all the
just
businesses,
what
right?
DEC is.
Oh,
What the DEC is, okay. So what we want to do on this one is we want to have, one side has the exact same thing, the events. And the second side
Right.
has what the DEC is. And then the list of the downtown businesses. So Elena, do you
Mm.
have that information? The list of all the downtown businesses that are,
My microphone is off.
There's-
We have it as a PDF when we sent it
yeah,
to you
that's
before.
perfect. Yeah, we don't need it in anything else other than a PDF or a Word document.
I don't
So-
have it in Word, just a PDF. And I think Mara sent it to you before. Did you send it? I might
Yes,
have.
it was the map of downtown.
yeah.
So
Okay,
it's
yeah,
been updated.
yeah,
We
okay.
worked on that with the chamber.
It's much easier for her to work off of it if it's just a list.
Yeah,
We don't have just a list.
I can do that. I can make it into a list.
Okay,
Okay, so that's all we need. So we just need to hand it over to Marissa and ask her to design it for us. And then the rest of it's really easy.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, it's pretty much a copy and paste.
and I wanted
that.
to make sure that we were doing the right things in terms of payment. So Marissa has been paid for her work on the,
She's gonna get me an invoice.
Invoice,
She's very
okay.
kind of,
and then we hand that over to you.
yeah, and then I give it tomorrow for approval.
I would put it in the community development office inbox
Okay,
since Mara
Yeah,
is
yeah.
working from home, and then probably Taylor would approve it.
okay.
Okay. And same with this. So the newspaper there'll be a bill from the newspaper and a bill from Marissa, who's doing the printing and the designing. So.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And
Just wanted to make sure we had
newspaper
that down.
insert is gonna go in June,
Estacada News.
Yeah,
in June,
yeah, we want to do it absolutely
before
before
4th of July.
June 30th.
Okay,
Because that's when our
cool.
fiscal year ends.
Awesome.
And
Okay,
then
so we
we'll
have
have-
all month to get that.
And then we'll have leftovers, so we're gonna put those around
Yeah,
Cool. Hang them up.
yeah,
again.
great.
Sweet.
Awesome.
And on the backside, I'd kind of like to talk more about if people want to volunteer and how to do that, just a little blurb.
Yeah.
If you want to
Perfect.
help with these events.
Yeah, that's great. Okay.
Yes.
All right. You and I can work on copies. So, okay.
And that link for people to volunteer, that can be put anywhere, right? That's strictly for us or something.
Nope, nope. You've
That's-
already put it on your Facebook. It's
Cool.
on the website.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's awesome. That whole form. All right, so yay. Newspaper inserts are cool, hangers, I'll get a picture of those. Subcommittees for Fest.
Okay,
Blessed.
here we go. I'm starting to get excited. What I'd like to form at this meeting is an event committee. And that would be 4 people who will do the overall overseeing of the event, but we would still report back to the main committee, and other commissioners that want to be part of the subcommittee can do that. So I would like on that core committee to be myself, Lonzo, Julie, and 1 other member. So
Me.
think about it, let me know.
I can help.
Connie,
So that will probably meet at least once a month and touch base through emails, but as it gets closer, it'll be,
I just want you to know that if you have 4, that's a quorum, and therefore you're going to have to publicize it, have it available.
okay, we'll go to 3.
Okay.
We'll keep you informed.
You can go to 4. You're just going to have to publicize it, have a virtual option, and then take minutes.
Okay,
Okay?
okay. I'd rather have 4.
Okay.
So. We have a budget, so this committee, event committee will make decisions and start doing stuff, but we will keep the main commission informed. And like I said, that doesn't preclude other commissioners from taking a subcommittee. Okay. I asked Mary Whitney to come up with a banner and street banners and also a cost. So I'm going to pass this around. Lonzo's got one. See what you think. 'Cause now we need to start going with getting bands, food, logistics all worked out. So that's pretty much it for the Oktoberfest. Cool. Just pass it on. Adorable. I think they look great.
Do you think? Well, so these are kind of fall colors. I was just wondering whether or not we should go with the city colors or whether or not.
No,
No,
I'd like
yeah.
to go with Oktoberfest type colors.
Okay.
That's my own opinion. And one of the major things we need to decide on, because printing a banner every year costs money.
Mhm.
But if we pick like the 4th Saturday in September, and we can reuse the banners and all that.
Mm.
So is that something we can agree on?
Just for the date wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4th Saturday in September, assuming we'll be doing it again and again and
Mhm.
again.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a great idea.
Yeah, I don't see
Okay.
why not
Okay,
any cons.
okay. Any questions?
Where does
comment?
that come in? Oh, no, that's part of the budget. Never mind. That would, part of the October, but Fest budget, those signs, yeah.
For Oktoberfest, we're gonna be considerate first the businesses in downtown first. Correct?
For food.
For food, for whatever they have to do first before we bring somebody else from outside.
So when we talked about this last time, we said we're going to tap all of the businesses that are in the downtown core before we ask anybody from outside.
Mhm. So we continue with that, correct?
I'm sorry, could you
We-
say that?
We continue.
You don't
with
have a
that.
mic and I can't hear you. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
There you go.
We continue with that, correct?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yes.
Letting them all know first.
Mhm.
I
and
was
then
gonna
maybe-
approach Figaro's about doing pretzels. Seems like that
Mhm.
would be something they could do.
Yeah.
Lonzo's got the meat part taken care of. But we can have vendors that want to do hot chocolate, cider, popcorn, ice cream. other stuff
Because
too.
remember, for the meat side too as well, we dedicated for hot dogs. Even we can bring the bratwurst. We can bring
Mhm.
everything for the event. We don't need somebody. I don't think so. We need somebody else from outside
Mhm.
to bring those kind of things.
Well, check with Lonzo because he's got the meat all figured out. So,
Okay.
you know.
Okay, it's very important for us as a local business.
Yeah.
To be inside
Oh, yeah.
instead of the outside.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Okay,
So that's what the four of us will start talking
Mhm.
about.
okay.
Yeah. And you four, you want to call that the event committee, you said?
Yep,
Okay,
Event planning committee.
okay. Because I know we briefly went over last meeting, activities, music, setup, takedown.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, is this the only committee that is for Oktoberfest? Or will there
Well-
be other?
That will be me, Lonzo, Julie, Colton. And Juan.
Yes.
Do we want to make any others right now? Or do you
I think you
maybe?
said you'd be willing to take on activities.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we'll be-
Activities?
this core group will start really hitting it hard.
Okay.
As far
and
as
kind of
reaching out to people and,
Spiral down from there and see where we're at. Okay,
Yep,
that's a good start.
yep.
Cool. All right. All right, anything else on Oktoberfest? No, all right, let's do 4th of July parade theme.
Okay, I passed out a couple meetings ago, just a bunch of ones. And I had somebody approach me with Discover Estacada, and I really like that.
Yeah.
Because I thought the library could be in there, PGE could be in there with water, Parks and Rec, just discover what's going on in Estacada. So what do you guys think of that?
Yeah, I
Okay,
do too, yeah, because I like the start exploring, explore my Estacada, that kind of vibe, so that one's great.
yeah, yeah,
I think.
but just discover, we've got so many
Discover,
things going
yeah.
on, I mean, everybody can get involved,
Mhm.
whether they want to talk about is their Estacada,
Sure. So discover Estacada.
discover Estacada.
Yeah. Come explore.
And I did get confirmation from Jim that the Grand Marshals will be the American Legion post.
Nice.
And they're excited about that.
That's who we kind of chose, right? Or we not chose, but
Pardon?
we talked about doing the American Legion.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
That'll be really good.
Yeah.
The only thing they have to come up with, and I don't think that will be a problem, is finding some kind of a flatbed for them to ride on or something. So we're moving. I got the toilets ordered. I got the cones ordered. Now that we are going to be on Broadway and Main, that's been resolved. So that's good.
And we don't need to, that's just a choice. We don't need to vote on that.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Question. So the 4th of July parade, are you still, do they still judge all the floats and things?
Mhm.
Who does that? Who,
I asked for
Who signed up?
volunteers, 2 or 3
Okay.
people to go for the judges, the motorized, the big rigs, the animals.
okay, I
Yeah.
didn't know who,
It's just, I put out the
Anybody.
word.
perfect, okay.
And
As a volunteer form, I think.
yeah, I
Like,
don't know. I'll
Awesome.
have to look.
But the Discover Estacada is a broad spectrum for people to, so I didn't know, because some people are really into that competition.
Right.
So
They are.
Yeah, true.
didn't know if that was too broad for,
Well,
Expand,
and
expand.
unfortunately, there's some organizations that have lots of money and can put fantastic floats
Yes.
together. But we also asked the judge to look at what they put into it, not just the appearance, but the spirit that went into the,
I
The
love,
entry.
I love the theme. I think it's awesome. I just didn't know in the judging process if,
I'll try on the application,
Mm-hmm.
I'll try and make some kind of a note about what we mean by Discover Estacada. What do you want
Oh.
people to know about Estacada?
that's great. That would be great. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Fun. All right, what's up, Estacada?
When is that again?
Yeah,
It is May 15th,
Mm.
11:30 till 1. So you're probably going to be there a little bit early and plan on being there a little bit late for setup and takedown. It'll be at the new Wade Creek building. And we're just asking for you guys, if you're going to have a table there, to let us know and let us know who's going to be there so we can plan for enough chairs. And if you need things printed, then to let us know ahead of time, then we can print them for you and have them available prior to then.
So we can have some of our door hangers out there too.
Now, do we want committees to be filling out this form? It is included in your packet and it's just
Yep.
some kind of general information. So you would write that you're providing the door hangers, things like that.
Maybe we can decide right now if anybody wants to volunteer to go to it.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
okay.
Anybody else want to go to it with her?
I can be there, but I'll be late.
I'm retired.
What? All right, so we'll get that filled out, Mara. So we will be there. We will want a
Okay.
table and we'll
Great,
bring
thank you.
some info. Some tangible items to pass out. And then, so we're gonna swap 9 and 10 real fast. So,
Yep, sounds good.
so 10, can we, we're gonna vote for the chair and vice chair. And then we'll do committee 101.
So I'd like to nominate Connie for vice chair.
Resounding applause.
Please speak into the mic.
I can second that.
Okay.
Aye.
Huh? Any discussion? Yeah. So all in favor?
Aye.
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 All
Thank
right,
you.
easy. And so that's good? All right.
I'd like to nominate Hannah as co-chair. Is that right? And Bennett, yeah, as co-chairs.
Second.
Because we
Good
can't
job,
vote, right?
You can vote for yourself. That's fine.
Okay, but we got a second, so all in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. So we got co-chairs and then the vice chair, Connie.
And that's, so just a review, I was a little bit surprised about that we were voting on this. And apparently in the city code, I guess it's called code, not
Yes.
statute, right?
Yep.
In the city code, all of the commissions are supposed to elect their chair and vice chair, whatever their officer positions. They're supposed to do that in April. And we missed that for whatever reason. I was unaware that that was what the cycle was.
Mm.
So it comes up every year. Is
Yep.
that right?
Yep, once a
Okay.
year, your first meeting of the new term, which
All
is
right.
your new term starts in April. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we should probably put this in front of us in March so that we can, so if anybody's interested, they can start saying, yeah, I'm interested. And so next year we have a little bit of a runway before we actually are in a meeting voting on it.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah. I agree.
Sounds good.
I have one thing before the 101.
Okay, go for it. I think we're done.
So this is actually a question for staff.
Yeah.
So I met, we had a counselor named Shane, can't remember his last name. And
Crowley.
Shane, I ran into him a few days ago. And so when apparently some people's terms had ended, Lonzo was one of them. I'm not sure, maybe you were one of them. Yeah,
Shane,
you were
right,
one of them.
Roman.
And then we had one opening, which which Juan filled, I think.
Mhm.
And so we had the people that were interested in doing that, even if you were already a member of the commission, needed to fill out an application to reapply.
Yes.
And so then we had the applications in front of us, we interviewed people and we voted those 3 people in. And So there was one other application that we were told was late, but that application, what Shane told me was he actually did submit the application. So then when Julie's opening was up, we were never told that there was another application, i.e. Shane, sorry,
So
that
I-
was in the,
we have not received Shane's application.
really? Okay, so
So
that's what
I am
I'm,
wondering if it's the same issue that Julie had in that Julie sent it to the DEC email. Hannah didn't realize she wasn't receiving the DEC email.
uh-huh.
However, the application clearly states that you should email it to Mara's email on it. And it also says you could drop it off at City Hall, but we did not receive Shane's application.
So to
And
that,
I emailed and called all the 3 people whose terms were ending. They
Okay.
received multiple correspondence on that.
yeah, so that's actually the whole thing is I just wanted to make sure that we had a process that was working in place because we were unaware. And he actually sent me the email correspondence that he had with Mara, something about his dog was dying and so he was late and had submitted it with this email. I can send it to you guys. And so that's, I don't know what we need to shore that up, but I think there's actually, if somebody submits an application and then we bypass them for whatever reason, if we have some kind of technical issues or something that we could say, yeah, this is what happened, then that's one thing. If we just forgot it, that's actually opens up a can of worms for people to question our process for bringing in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have 2 options for submitting your application. One is an online form, which goes directly to staff. It goes to both Sadie and Mara.
Mhm.
And the other option is the printed form, which they can download either a PDF or come in and pick up a printed version. And on that form, it says to submit to Mara via email with her email or to drop off at City Hall.
Okay, so
There is
we either
clear
have,
process in
he's
place.
either wrong or we have some kind of issue. So I'd actually like to request that staff look into that and get back to us about what happened on that. Yes.
So did he apply for when the terms ended? Or did he apply for the open seat that,
So
Chris left.
interesting point. So he applied late, what he told me was one day late for the position that Juan and Julie and who else? Anyway,
Alonzo,
that,
their terms were up.
yeah, Alonzo
Mhm.
were that we voted on that. So we would have had one extra applicant because at the time your position, Julie's position was not open. But in the past, so I'm always looking for consistency in operations, right? So in the past, when there's been a late application that came in, that application was forwarded to the next round.
Yes,
So for consistency's sake, we would have forwarded,
yes,
had we received his application,
yes.
we would have forwarded his application for consideration in the position that Julie Colton was had applied for.
Correct.
So we have an issue. And
And he's welcome to email us and we can look and see if there was, some IT error or whatever, but
so I'm
can't-
asking you to look into it.
I can't look into it unless he contacts us so that I can go back and forth
Why?
with him. Because if he sent it to you, you have proof of it. I have nothing.
Yeah, but why can't the commission ask you to look into it?
Okay. You have an email from him. If you would just forward that on to us, then
Mhm.
I have the thread of what has already been discussed.
I will,
Okay, there we go.
but I still don't know why the commission can't request that you look into this,
I'm-
i.e. calling him up and saying, hey, let's get to the bottom of this.
What I'm not saying we're not going to look into it. I'm just saying you have all this background information that he has emailed you. And rather than duplicate efforts, if you forward that on to us, it makes it much easier for us to see where the error was.
Okay.
You can go ahead and let us out, Brian. Are we ready to proceed then?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So This is the code as it relates specifically to your committee. And that the guidelines are set that you will follow the American Main Street 4-point approach, as well as the state of Oregon's Main Street program. You recruit volunteers and committee members to engage in meaningful work that contributes to the vitality of downtown Estacada, to plan and execute the 4th of July parade and one free additional community event, to plan and execute programs which will grow the downtown economy and encourage visitors, to make recommendations to City Council concerning rules and policies affecting downtown Estacada, to prepare and submit to the Community Development Coordinator an annual budget, to interview prospective appointees and make recommendations to the council, identify funding sources and mechanisms which will move the Downtown Estacada Main Street program towards financial self-sufficiency and sustainability, to communicate and collaborate with other community groups and organizations, including but not restricted to Parks and Recreation, Estacada Chamber of Commerce, Estacada School District, and other groups already existing or may hereafter be established to promote downtown in the community and such other activities as the council may assign. The City Council is the legislative and policy-making body of the city. Therefore, they are the decision-making body of the city.
Alina,
Unless
I'm
governed-
sorry to interrupt you, but are you sharing something on the screen? Would you be able
Yes.
to share that for on Zoom too?
Can you see that now?
Yes.
Okay. The City Council, okay, unless governed by state mandate, boards are appointed by the City Council's authority and only have functions that are delegated by the City Council. The city code outlines your authority and functions, which we just discussed, and you cannot expend funds or obligate the city for payment without prior approval. You will have a council liaison. This is Jerry. And you will prepare an annual work plan to be discussed and approved by council. And you will report quarterly to council on your activities. And you shall elect a chair and vice chair from your membership at the first meeting of the year. Some general expectations is you will read the packet, arrive on time. If you're going to be absent, to notify your staffer. And if you no longer have capacity for this board, to resign to allow someone else to serve. Your committee staff support person is Mara. You should all have her contact information. She is responsible for managing AV equipment, helping create and post the meeting agenda and packet. She may assist with creating the minutes and or background research into committee agenda items, but any specific task for staff will be assigned by their superior, and direct program support will only be available based on budget and capacity. These are your legal obligations. Committees and commissions are advisory board, and they are considered public bodies under Oregon law, so they must comply with open meeting laws. You must provide notice for all meetings. Meetings must be open to the public, and as of, I believe it was 2021, have a virtual option for attendance. And minutes must be created for each meeting. A quorum is a majority of members, and a meeting is defined as any time there is a quorum of members who deliberate on board issues. This is true even in social settings or digital communications. So be careful when you're discussing board business in social settings or via email, because you could violate public meeting law. This means if you are all hanging out at a baseball game, you can't discuss DEC business. If you do not have a quorum for a scheduled meeting, the meeting will need to be rescheduled. Decisions cannot be made without a quorum. And for work groups and subcommittees, if you're carrying out business decided at a public meeting, such as planning an event, or your work group or subcommittee cannot have a quorum of committee members, it's a good idea to draw in additional volunteers to assist with this work to avoid having a quorum. All meetings, except for emergencies, should have at least 72-hour notice. Our meetings are broadcast via Zoom and recorded to be available for later viewing. And be careful with email and other communications. If you're discussing committee business with a majority of members on any medium, that includes email or social media, that is considered a public meeting. Public records applies to any writing in any form which is related to the business of the board. This includes emails, text messages, and social media posts, even if it is on your personal device, your personal email, or your personal social media account. Committee members and commissioners are considered public officials and must act in accordance with Oregon's ethics laws. This prohibits you from gaining financially or preventing a financial loss as a result of your position. So you must declare any conflicts of interest. And if it's not just you, if a decision could impact you, your family member, your family member's business, or your business, you may need to refrain from any discussion or voting on this issue. So here's some potential and actual conflicts. These here are more descriptive of like planning commission, but we can go over them. I think you'll get an idea. So if the action, decision, or recommendation could be of financial benefit or prevent financial harm to yourself, your family, your business, or any family member's business, you need to announce it before any discussion. But you can participate, debate, to vote. For example, you own property which may be impacted by a change in zoning regulations, but your property is not for sale and you are not looking to develop this property. However, if it will be of direct financial impact or prevent financial harm, then you have to announce it publicly and abstain from any discussion, debate, or vote. So in the same example, you own the property that is current and it is currently for sale, and the change of zoning regulations would increase the value of your property or allow for development, in which case you have to abstain from any discussion or vote and announce it before they start talking about it. Okay? You are appointed to this position to represent the public at large. Keep this in mind as you have discussions with fellow members. Each member brings an important point of view, and many points of view produce good policies as they better represent the differing demographics, interests, and views of the community. Your code of conduct should be in front of you. I had Brian print them up and pass them out. If you have not previously signed this, I'm gonna ask you to sign the last page and return it to me. I like to say this is what we learned in kindergarten. Be polite, be kind, don't call people names, that kind of things. So, welcome people, treat them with respect. Remember that you are representing the city. The public views you as a representative of the city. So be aware of that when you're having discussions. And that is the end of my presentation.
But I have a question that I thought of after the last time I sat. I got to
Okay,
enjoy this.
yes.
So let's just using this as an example. So let's say that Juan and Connie have a discussion.
Okay.
Regarding DEC
Yep.
business. And then Connie goes and has a discussion with both Hannah and Bennett
Mhm.
about that same thing and about what Juan and her had spoken about. That would still be considered a quorum, correct?
It could be considered there's like a term for like a rolling meeting or something like that. I can't remember the exact term. That's why you need to be careful that it's not a quorum of members when you're having discussions. In that case, if it's something that let's say Connie goes to Juan and they're like, hey, we'd really like to have, a Friday dance before Oktoberfest. And then Connie goes to Hannah and Bennett and says, I'd like you to put on the agenda discussing having a Friday dance before Oktoberfest. That's okay, because you're just discussing, I want to present and have a discussion about this at a meeting. But if you're making a decision, then that's not okay. Okay. Does that clear things up? You have any other questions?
Great.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry to belabor this, but it's actually a pretty big deal. It has to do with the Shane thing again.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I'm belaboring it, first of all, I don't have it on my phone anymore. I don't have the email. So the reason I'm belaboring this is that if we have a snag, a flaw in our process, or if we should have considered him and we didn't, and that's for whatever reason disputed, any vote that we take in this commission could be called to question. And so we need to get to the bottom of it. So I'd like to make a motion that we request that city staff look into this, the application process, and see whether or not we have any flaws that need to be addressed.
I don't think that's necessary, but that's fine.
Well,
No, I don't think it's necessary because I
yeah,
already
okay.
said that we'd look
I'm
into
looking
it.
for a second from somebody.
I can second.
Thank you. Discussion. Do we have any discussion?
So for this, Elena?
Yeah.
If we already did it, you said we don't have to?
You don't have to do it. Nope, you just have to do it once.
We have to vote on my motion.
Your motion, okay. So you second,
Yes.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 I'm so
To,
confused.
sorry, rewind. Regarding to look into the application process.
Yeah, so my motion is to ask staff to look into our application process, see if there's any flaws in it.
Regarding this specific application from Shane or
Well, I would think that that would be the start place. So, but what we're really looking for is that we have a consistent process, and if there's any snags that we find through Shane's process, then we need to do something about that.
And we've never had issues before with any type of applications except for
You
with
know,
this one.
honestly, not that we know of, so
Okay.
I don't know the answer to that.
I will say, we just did look into this when Julie's email went to the wrong inbox, went to the shared DEC. We went through the process. We checked the form to make sure it had all the correct information of where to send it. We checked the website that it made sure it had the correct information of where to send it. I can't make people read the instructions.
Oh, I totally understand that. What I'm concerned about is if we have, so we have some kind of email snafu. We know that because some things happened recently with the email that was sent to Hannah. And so we've had technical staff looking into some of the stuff. It's just, it's an important thing to find out what happened to Shane to
Mhm.
start with. And so I don't want it in my court. I want it to be in your court. I think that's where it should be.
And we said we'd look into it. I've said that several times now.
Okay, and I'm telling you, I don't have that email any longer.
Okay.
So that's why I'm making a motion. So anyway, have we voted on it or not? Yes.
We did.
Do we know what the vote count was?
Did anybody abstain? Say no?
So
Everybody-
we're voting to check in on
Right.
the process of the applications.
Right,
And what,
Okay,
yeah,
and that, okay.
okay. Julie, yes, Julie.
I don't see any harm in looking into it.
Bennett.
yes.
Hannah. John.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wraps it up. Is there any public comment?
You have no attendees online or in the room.
Alright, well, 9:45 a.m., meeting adjourned. Nope, last one. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, how we can handle it too as well for donations from the community. We can bring those to
Donations like money or
Yes.
services?
yesterday. Okay, it's an example. Yesterday we have in the fire department, the fire station. Yesterday we have pancakes, morning for one of the
Brooke
members.
and Chris, yes.
One of the members, and then we collect, we collect because I was participating in that too. We collect funds for that family. So we're gonna be continue collect the funds for that family in our cars, and Pepe's is gonna be participating, Bobolastic and myself,
Mhm.
Canlas Dogs. So I'd like to know I can bring this to all of you guys too as well, to be participated, or how we can handle this kind of stuff for collect donations for specific families or of the community. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So the commission would act as a receiving point for donations? Is that?
No,
I think Juan is
get
just
the
saying
word
he
out?
wants to share the word. Yeah. get
yeah,
The word
you
out.
can share the word.
Okay.
For,
I
for-
would.
are we allowed to?
I would hesitate on that just because you could be very overwhelmed by the amount of calls for donations. So I would say, you could potentially put it on there's nothing that says you can't do it. But you can put it on your committee, put it on your committee agenda and discuss it and then vote if that's something that you want to support and like do a fundraiser for or something.
And that would be probably just talk about future things that come
Mhm.
up,
Correct.
for families.
Yes.
In need.
Mhm.
That's kind of what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, because it's something that's no, how you say, it's no profit. It's for give it
Yeah,
to specific
nonprofit.
family, it's
Mhm.
non-profit.
It's not technically a nonprofit because it's not like a 501c3. It doesn't have the tax
To
status
say,
of a nonprofit. So I'm not going to say you can't do it. We have nothing in the code that says you can't do it. Just be very hesitant about it.
Wouldn't a church be a better partner in this, Juan?
There's the fire department.
The churches say, go to the fire department?
No.
No,
For-
no, no.
For Brooke and
Oh,
Chris, the fire department is the one doing the fundraising.
Oh, I see. Well, it
Which is,
seems like a good thing, but I think it's kind of outside of our focus.
no, yeah, but the one I'm saying in the future, if it's somebody needs something else. It's another example. Last weekend, another family having a car accident and it's a community. It's part of the community. In a car accident, that unfortunately, some people pass away in the accident. And then a lot of people knows this family too. So from us, we can, I don't know if it's possible for support these families or something, and let's spread the words we can.
So like posting on social media,
Yeah,
like the link,
mhm,
like the GoFundMe link.
yeah,
So not necessarily maybe us taking the donations? Is there a
but
difference?
they can be GoFundMe too as well.
Mhm.
So the
What's the,
main thing that I see, the main issue that I see is that that's opening up a can of worms.
Okay,
So if you start with this one, then every single person asking for money, every
Mhm.
single GoFundMe is going to, they see that you did it for this person, they're
Right.
going to ask you to do it for them also.
okay,
So you're just opening up, like Bennett said, it's straying away from the, what this committee is focusing on. It's a great thing to do, but it's going to open up a lot and you're going to get bombarded with requests, to do that. So that's that's one issue that I see. That's the big thing that comes to my brain when I think about that.
yeah, agreed. Yeah.
okay, thank you.
And-
That's the only question I have.
Yeah, and I think there's plenty of outlets for
Yeah.
people to see those links. And personally, I don't think we would make a big difference of,
Okay,
I don't know, yeah. But good question.
But
All right.
oh,
Yep,
sorry.
go for it.
But but I would love the communication if anything like that happens, because then at least we can take our own stance, on a personal level, if we want to share the information and see.
Mhm.
I had no idea that something tragic like that had happened in the community. So, yeah, I mean, just sharing that stuff, at least with us, I think would be good.
Appropriate.
Yeah.
We could
definitely.
put just a correspondence line item on a regular agenda item, and then anything that happens like that you guys want to be informed about can
Mhm.
be included in your packet.
Mhm.
oh, thank
Right,
you.
because then if someone asks us, then we are able to direct them with the correct,
Yeah.
with the correct information, where to go and how
Yeah,
to handle it.
that's a good idea
Yeah.
versus us being the main point
I think
to
this,
donate.
yeah, this family's name is Nelson.
Mhm.
Yes,
Okay.
Nelson's family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. 9:51 a.m., meeting adjourned.
Thank you, Elena.